Alrighty, guys. Good evening. Happy fucking Monday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening so far, guys. Tonight we're going to be doing more of the OW2s. Yeah. Good. Maybe a little bit of tweaking tonight here after a little bit of the vids, the tubes. We'll see how it goes, guys. Happy fucking Mondays, though. Good evening. Oh, yeah. What a lovely evening it is. I know, guys. It's amazing. Oh, good. Good evening, Ed. Good evening, guys. Righty. All right, let's take a peek at the tubes here, see what's going on there, guys, before we get into Overwatch games. Good evening, Martian. Just in time for the tubers. What do we got tonight, guys? Swiss cheese? Oh, yes. People trying to milk the SoC debacle with AMD. 100 watts, 1,000 watts. Oh, are they doing no, that's NVIDIA. Pleasure piece from Linus. We don't watch Linus for actual hardware reviews, obviously. It used to be, not so much anymore. They decided to go the route of entertainment. More so, because that's what makes you all the money anyways. Season 3 trailer gets utterly destroyed. It does. After Hours, I believe, is podcast, yep. Imagine SpaceX actually planning for their next Starship launch, regardless of public opinion. Weird. Light bulbs are getting out of hand? Yes, they are. They've been that way for a while. I actually want to see the D&D movie. I'm going to wait for it to come to VHS, streaming. See how that goes. Ginger Wars, yep. Wish.com infantry vehicle. Yep. He's still John Oliver. We have not actually got into. Seasonal depression finally subsides? No, not yet. You're supposed to be able to offset that with like lighting lamps or natural daylight lamps and like vitamin D. I don't think it works that way. Well, for some people it does work. These abandoned high voltage lab. Oh my god. Be in some sort of spandex or something to protect himself. You literally need material that's actually it can burn you. Concrete can 100% burn you. You need like some sort of wetsuit, or not even a wetsuit, something that will keep the concrete from coming in contact with your skin. Doesn't look that way. Looks like he's wearing jackets, like snow clothing. Let's take a look at the pleasure piece from Linus, shall we? So Debauer already did one with the 7900 XTX, and it was actually pretty phenomenal. It gave better performance than 4090. Wonder
Oh
what this
my
is
god,
about.
that's your notes for this video?
Oh no, I have a tiny bit more stuff down here.
The point is, we thought RTX 4090 pretty fast, but could it be faster?
Trying to
Good
one-up the
timing for
7900
that.
XTX.
We're gonna be
7900
taking
XTX, if you didn't
this
know,
4090
is
Strix
actually
from its
relatively
stock
reserved compared to what it's
450
capable
watts
of. They feed it more
consumption, all the way to 1,000
more
watts.
power.
Then we're gonna be adding external voltage modification and chilled water cooling thanks to our ThermoFlex 5000 to see just how far this baby can fly. Fly.
They have like sirens playing in the background and shit. What the fuck is this?
Corsair, looking for
No.
a thin K1.
Their ability to dynamically boost their clock speeds in order to deliver the best possible gaming experience.
4090
But,
is
as you can imagine,
pretty
they
close to
can't
being
just
fully
boost
maxed,
infinitely.
unfortunately.
So there are three main factors that we need to overcome if we want to increase their performance. The first is the thermal limit. This, intuitively, is put in place to prevent your card from cooking itself in its attempts to run Cyberpunk at 500 frames per second. That we're not worried about today though, because one, this cooler is totally overbuilt. This card survived at 80 degrees in a thermal chamber. It's frosting over already, Alex.
I'm turning it off.
And two, by the time we're done, we're gonna be running this quantum vector squared GPU block on it. Our main focus today then is how to overcome the other two, the voltage
Make it
limit
spin, guys.
and current limit. For voltage control, we're gonna be using this cool little doohickey from Elmore Labs. It used to be that through software, you could just adjust the voltage on your GPU, but then NVIDIA went, I'm pretty sure that's exactly the email they sent out, and made their partners lock
Actually
down
true.
voltage control. Thankfully, with a relatively simple soldering job and a USB-C connection to this board, that functionality can be restored. As for current, we were planning to do a shunt mod again, like we did with the 3090, where we trick the onboard controller into thinking that it's putting out half as much power as it actually is. But this time, thanks to NVIDIA's control freak nature, it turns out we don't even have to. Floating around on the internet are modded 1,000 watt BIOSes for the RTX 4090. Whether these came from enterprising users or were leaked from manufacturers, we have no way of knowing, but we do know that at some point in the development process, the 4090 was intended to be a much more power-hungry card, so we kind of suspect the former. And as it turns out, you don't even necessarily need to have a matching card to flash these BIOSes. Users have reported taking a mismatched
I have a
BIOS,
4090.
flashing to their card, and it firing right up.
I have a
So
4090.
thanks, NVIDIA, for
I don't
making
mind
all
if it draws
4090s
800
the
watts.
same, I guess.
Leaves 50 watts for my
Couple
CPU.
terrifying things about this BIOS. First of all, it removes temperature protections, which
Oh,
is
really?
yeah, absolutely terrifying. We can just
super easy to cook it.
yeah, and then Gare will come over here, murder us.
Yeah.
They have to remove
and
the
for
softer
another,
ones too, because
obviously,
there's
it
multiple
removes the current protection,
there's
which
multiple
exists for a
assumedly,
reason.
unless they fuck it up like with the 7000 series, there's multiple safeguards in place to prevent you from cooking your chips. So, for instance, your software throttle, there's a hard. They're probably talking about the hard shutdown temperature. I don't know why they would remove that, to be perfectly honest. You should set it to something like 105 or 110 or something that is obviously over the limits and not something people should ever hit to be kind of safe. I don't know why the power limits were removed, but it could be because the sensors get fucked up or something. Could even explain. But there's also software temperature limits in place too, that where it'll soft throttle. Like for instance, mine's set for 88. That's basically what maxes out at in software that you can change it to without actually having to
our
mod
power
things.
connector to the board is only rated for 600 watts, not 1,000 minus 75, 925 watts. And for another, the VRMs on this board are A, not designed to have 1,000 watts going through them, and B, I don't even know if they're going to be cooled by the block, because this is also not designed with 1,000 watts in mind.
That's probably fine.
It's probably fine. Before we do any of that, though, we need to establish our baseline performance so that we know if anything we're doing is even helping. This is our results for F122.
What is interesting is we can see that the performance cap reason is just voltage regulation. That is what's holding us back.
Okay.
And our maximum draw was somewhere around
390.
yeah.
That's basically what all
That's a lot of
what all cards are capped at.
That isn't the only number we need, though. There is some performance tuning that we can do without getting super sketchy. By firing up GPU twerk, really? Oh, tweak. That makes more sense. By firing up GPU tweak 3, my vision's going, we can adjust our power target, turn down, in some cases, our GPU voltage. No, we just crank it, really? It has no down? By adjusting our power target, our GPU voltage, our boost clock, and maybe we'll throw a bit of a memory overclock on it,
Sure.
we should be able to eke out a little bit more performance in a way we would actually recommend replicating at home.
Our power target's now 120. That's as high as it'll let us go. Plus 200 on the core, plus 900 on the memory. I think it'll be fine.
The hotspot is the one we're particularly
Mine's that
going to want
VRAIL.
to keep a close eye on because that's the one
Little
that,
power
especially
limit.
with so much power running through it.
Reliability
is gonna
voltage
spike
isn't actually where you
extremely
wanna
quickly
be.
in the absence
That's
of
kinda
adequate
weird.
Cooling. I mean, it seems to be still working. Yeah, just let it do its thing. I mean, we can tell that the hotspot is the hotter one. Way to go.
Yep, it's very not happy. Yeah, we clearly do need more voltage.
Yep.
Should we just,
Send it.
maybe it was our.
How much money do you have,
or
Linus?
just both at the
That
same
was
time.
a budgeting
Okay, here we
request
go.
there by you.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's nearly running at 3 gigahertz. That's pretty fast.
Okay, what are we limited by? Voltage.
Voltage.
Okay. If we want to get more clock speed, then we're going to need more voltage.
Oh, 1 second. Okay, well, I guess that test isn't valid anymore. I was just going to see, okay. 100% hit apply. Sure. Wow, that actually worked. Now we're drawing 430 watts.
Okay.
And the GPU clock's higher.
100%.
Cool. That was easy.
Based on the scaling we're seeing here, man, we might be able to go quite a bit higher.
Maybe. Or the card will just blow up. For just taking some sliders and going like that, we went from,
We just got 12% more performance.
yeah. And like our minimums went up by a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Overclocking, who knew? Let's go faster.
Furry
Before we
butthole?
volt
Yep,
mod
I mean the
this
furry
board,
butthole's
buddy,
been
we
around a
need to
long
make sure
time,
that
so.
we're actually modifying the voltages and not just some number on the screen is changing. To do that, we need to be able to probe this card. Now, I don't know exactly where we can find core and memory voltages, but I think there are some headers right here. And if we
Asus is
start
pretty
a
nice
wire
because
to
they're
those-
generally friendly
Yeah,
for
good.
overclockers
Find
where
out
they'll
what
give you
exactly
onboard
it is.
headers so you can do this shit with.
What we're really concerned about here is the core voltage. It is just at idle, so it is currently 0.885 volts. That's what we're looking for. 0.89, that's probably it.
I don't know if you've watched previous attempts of Alex and I to try and solder a graphics card. They usually don't go too well. It's such a bad soldering iron! Dude, it's on. I'm not joking.
Why is it so crap?
What
This is pretty terrible.
What are you gonna do with those wires?
I think I was solder them right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's probably fine. And then, like, what are you gonna use to measure that? An oscilloscope? Oh no.
Yeah, no one's getting lead poisoning today.
So I'm just going to hold it there for a while. It's the small things in life you gotta like, man. Okay, I think we're done.
Sure. There you go.
So there's hot glue on it.
Oh yeah, strain relief. It's safe. The best part is we didn't quite do it right. So to look at the voltage, you need to probe one of these guys to get ground. But there it is.
Of course, I mean that's what
0.89
happens to all big
volts
tubers
is
when they
what
get enough
we're
views,
drawing
so.
idle.
And then they
So,
turn into Mr. Beast where he
bring
just
out
does
of
random
that.
shit
Works
and
pretty
people
good.
literally just jerk him off,
All
so.
over the back of the card like that.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, we'll see if we
Yeah,
can get to
like, it literally doesn't matter.
and kill it.
Linus, I think, has kind of reached this status too.
You were moving. I can hold this.
It took a while, but the EVC2 is working. It's the sort of thing where, like, you know, when you get something off GitHub and you have to, like, you install the software and the drivers.
I
but for the
fucking hate
drivers
Linux
to
shit.
work, you need
I
a
fucking hate
specific
Linux.
version of Java, which requires visual
Dependencies that are all broken and fucked up and interdependent
Yeah,
on something
when you
else is
told
also
me
not
that
included and
in
also
about
fucked
half
up,
an hour,
and then you
I
find out
told
it
you
doesn't
guys
work
it
in
would
your
be no less
distribution.
than an
Yeah, no,
hour.
fuck Linux.
It
Fuck
has now
Linux.
been 4.
Yes.
Good
Oh
for
my God,
developers.
it's
Yeah,
not
when you want to be a
even
lazy piece
bolted
of
to
shit.
the- Alex,
Yeah.
you've only got 4 screws in it.
I know. I know
You can
there's.
add more if you want, but then we have to add the back plate. It's fine. It's fine.
Huh.
Probably
Oh, the
anger a bunch of
system
Nix
works.
people, but I don't
Okay.
care. I've dealt with Nix over the years. It's a
Wonderful.
huge time waste. It's
We're
fine
at
if you want to do that
0.89.
for your hobby.
So this right
If
here
you want a
is
production
telling
system,
you everything
don't
that's
use
happening
Linux.
with the voltage
The
controller
exception
at the
being
moment.
infrastructure
Yeah.
back-end stuff that never gets
1.05.
touched.
Yeah,
But for
yeah,
production
1.0,
systems, no way.
ish.
Fuck Linux.
How accurate is this multimeter? Do I trust this or that?
You sort of don't trust either of them.
Sick.
Basically what we're doing here, so 0.06 whatever.
They literally have
see
those
here, like
PCIe
before,
couplers that
where
you can put in that
voltage limiter.
measure the voltage
So you
directly.
can go in here,
You could also use
you get offset.
How about 0.05?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
He's
and
literally
I'm
just
gonna
like
see this
repeating what
just-
DeBauer is doing.
Whoa!
Yep.
Yeah, Linux. I mean, that's back-end stuff,
Hello.
sure.
You can see the board power draw. right there. Boop.
There we go. That's the sort of speed we're looking for.
Wow.
Oh, that's a lot of power draw.
Over 3 gigahertz, over 500 watts.
81 degrees Celsius. And we're still voltage regulated. Oh, it said power for a second
it
there.
did. There it is, that little tiny green blip there.
I feel like if we give it just like the tiniest bit more voltage, power is going to be our problem.
Hear you loud and clear. Okay.
Yeah,
hello,
well, so does Apple. I mean, it's the
0.065. Now let's see. Is it gonna get
protection by
is it
obscurity.
even going to impact it mid-run? Yeah. See, this is weird. The power draw goes up, but the frequency doesn't. Because we are power limited now. Wow, we're just shy of 600 watts, sir.
They've barely
Should
increased
we do
the
a run at
frequency.
600 watts and see what we end up with then? The GPU chip alone is drawing over 500 watts.
That's a lot of power for one of those little guys.
Pretty cool.
It's like unfathomable, right?
Oh.
Like those, damn. Let's get more power.
All right, cool. To flash your BIOS, it's actually pretty easy. What you need is NV Flash, which is a little application here. You put that in the root of your thing.
Hold on, can we just set the card
I don't know
back
about
to
every
default
mobile
before we do
device. I
that?
think mobile devices are a little bit more secure,
and I'm gonna do that
mainly
over
because
here,
they're in a sandbox. i.e.
Before you update
the
any kind of firmware, be it
Android
on
store,
your motherboard or
and they're
GPU,
generally they're
you
pretty good
should
about
return your
removing shit too.
entire system
And then the
to
apps
stock
on the phone
settings,
themselves
and
tend to be
ideally
pretty
you should be on a
sandboxed.
battery backup.
So
If for whatever reason the
if
power
you get
fails
permissions,
in the
on the other
middle of a
hand,
firmware
that's a little bit
update,
different.
It might survive.
It probably won't.
I've seen things survive.
With this GPU, it's a little bit less risky because we do have 2 BIOSes. So if we completely bork one of them, flip her over, other one still is probably good. Before you change your BIOS, you want to just make sure that the one that's on there you have saved. So just GPU-Z, click right there, save the file.
Even if you never plan to roll it back, if you ever needed to RMA your card back to the manufacturer, for example, you would need to return it to its stock.
I'm going to point out that flashing your BIOS will basically immediately voids your warranty. But if you do send it back, you're going to have to flash your BIOS back. But Linus didn't word it that way. He just said you have to flash it back to send it back to the manufacturer. Security is difficult? Yeah. Aimbots are difficult to deal with. This little security theater, aimbots in video games, imagine it's the same sort of metaphor parallel.
Configuration.
You know,
Not that you're RMAing this once you've soldered things to it, but if you didn't do that.
Now we can have a look at our BIOS. Wow.
Wow,
That's
that's something.
yep.
I don't know how
We're
you're
in the
supposed to read
Matrix
that.
now,
I don't know if
boys.
it's encrypted or not.
Oh,
Oh wait,
Probably encrypted.
I think wait, stop. Well, maybe it's fine. Now we maybe have the ability to murder this GPU if we so want.
now we cook.
I think 180 is where it was happy. Okay.
Firing it up.
Oh, this is scary.
Hold on, we can do the math here. It's at 14% of its TDP, and the board power is 142 watts.
Okay.
Okay, it thinks it's a 1,000 watt card. You know NVIDIA is gonna lock this down with the next gen. And I remember when they were cool.
We're in kind of scary territory now as far as voltage goes.
Okay, and we're at 66 degrees and 480 watts. We got a result, but it's not gonna be any faster. Yeah, 145.
Their
That's an
frequency's not going up.
Oh,
That's a sizable improvement.
really? What were we at before?
We started at 137.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, it was a rock solid 3.03 gigahertz. Didn't move. Are we gonna run out of GPU twerk slider here?
I doubt it.
Okay, it was at 210. I'm gonna give her another 20. 140
fast.
average. Yeah, she's fast, but she's not consuming power. How do we keep the card from kicking in its voltage cap?
Like, we're not thermally limited though. Something else is the problem.
It'll probably boost a little higher, just being cooler, but I don't think that's the issue here.
All right, I figured out what the problem was.
He's totally a
we were
yes man,
only
mind you.
setting a voltage offset. Now I've halved the offset, but increased the vout command. So that seems to have brought our voltage to where, first of all, the computer is reading a lot more accurate, and also I have got some very high temperatures. I turned it down a tiny bit, but yeah, thermal protection's not a thing on this GPU anymore. It's absolutely terrifying. So I'll just give this a tiny bit more. Guess might be fine. It might not be fine. I don't know. Let's see, tiny bit faster. I have to watch the hotspot temperature very closely.
I mean,
if that starts jumping up, we just need to alter.
it's gonna like instantly cook itself if he sets it wrong. So almost instantly cook itself. There's like almost no time in which you can react to shit like that.
F4 and get out of here. Oh, that is fast. 3120, drawing 540 watts. Not bad. I'm shocked how well this cooler works. FPS is the same.
I mentioned this before. I can fucking run Furmark with my case on. With a 400 watt video card. My cooler, they're totally way overbuilt. I don't know why. I think it probably has a lot to do with it being a fucking $1,600 video card. The fucking cooler is like this. It's literally almost literally 4 slots. Yeah, it's like fucking like this. It doesn't need it. It's the weird thing about this is like it doesn't need it. Probably could use a 3-slot cooler that's not nearly as long, and it'd be fine. But instead, they have this massive fucking brick on them.
About expected.
Are you trolling,
I think we're
Slane?
about at the point though where to go
Based on the
faster,
Bud
we
Light
need more
controversy?
coolant. Oh, water coolant. Do you want to hear the most absolutely shocking thing, Andrew? Yes. I have.
The weird thing about the Bud Light controversy is like they could have literally just made a new beer. Like if they want to target a different demographic, they could just make a new beer, right? And charge more money for it, the same amount of money for it, or less for it. You could even use the same beer and just rebrand it and then make money off of it. But instead, they decided they had to try and alienate their market demographic. I have no idea why you do something like that, especially from a marketer. You do something like that without like some super hardcore like ulterior motive, which obviously she had. But yeah,
I've not quite thought through how this GPU is going to go in.
people are weird. It's not gonna stop me from drinking Bud Light. Not that I drink Bud Light in the first place, because ciders are fucking phenomenal, but...
For whatever reason, our ground lead here doesn't seem to be working, so I have this in continuity mode right now. Beeps. Touch it to ground. Does not beep. Before we put this in there, I want this to just work and not have to worry about this lead kind of falling off and ending up somewhere bad. Kind of like that one right there.
Yeah. I mean,
Alright,
Bud Light's never
all
really
good
been like
to
a
put
high-end
it
beer,
in.
so... Yeah, it's always
There
been a
we go.
frat boy beer sort of shit, right? It's like Milwaukee's best.
It's kinda
Beast,
sketchy,
this is
something
called.
like,
People in
that.
Wisconsin know not to drink it,
Ah.
but... Those connectors, guys, if you do water cooling, these connectors are so fucking expensive. I don't... Like, they're made out of unobtainium or something. They literally print money. If you ever look at the custom connectors, holy
Wow, this
shit.
really isn't all that sketchy, but it sure as hell looks like it. I want to make sure that all of this is working perfectly before I turn the system on, because if there's air bubbles in
So, yeah. So this is called a flow restriction here. This is where you take a hose and you squish it, and then it reduces the flow of it. Yeah. Right there. It goes... Boop. See the nice indent here? Yeah, that's a good flow restriction. And then there's one on the other side you're pushing against it too. Good for you.
all of this is working perfectly before I turn the system on, because if there's air bubbles in here...
Yeah, like, I
then
honestly
the
don't care.
temperature
It's
for
hilarious to me in and of itself because they literally took a working market and just fucking shat all over it when they could have just made a new beer, like, or even one with like a... You know, there's like a pink ribbon beers or something that'll give money to breast cancer awareness or something like that. They could have made something like that for the LGBT crowd and then made like a certain amount of it like a commission or donation, and then they would have got them on board with a different beer. Same made by the same company. It could even be the same fucking formula. It wouldn't matter. And, you know, win-win, right? But instead they literally just took everything and just made it explode. They're like, yeah, I don't want to make a new beer. I want to make this one blow up, you know, and then I'm not responsible if it happens sort of shit because this already has a target market. They don't want it to fail, but it failed because they had a market.
So it will actually
Fucking
just
weird.
kill itself if I'm not like properly running water through it. Might as well top it up. Okay, GPU hotspot 17 degrees. We're good. Heck yeah. One thing that I like to do, if you hit Windows Control Shift B, like so, it resets your video driver, which can be quite helpful when you're
What?
crashing a video card a bunch of times.
That's actually pretty cool.
Well, I think
Not
you
something
did a
I do.
fine job.
Mind you, if your video card driver resets itself, usually you have to reboot your computer. Otherwise, there's still wonky shit that happens. I've had that happen before, where it goes to has to reset itself or something. You never get the same performance till you reboot your PC. So, while it might work for maybe doing some work on your PC, it's not something you'd want to do regularly. You'd probably want to reboot your PC.
Oh, I know. Look at the safety straps. So secure.
Genius. I always forget about the capabilities of this chiller. She's chilly.
It's very good at its job.
Unfortunately, it doesn't really need to, because what we've discovered is that this RTX 4090, and for that matter, pretty much all of them, is not thermally limited in any way. And in fact,
Yep.
it's not even really current limited, is it?
Yeah, no.
We solved the problem where we accidentally were applying a voltage rather than a voltage offset. But what we discovered is that even though we were able to get the power consumption up, like,
580, I think is as high as I saw.
it doesn't impact performance anymore.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, we were to apply dangerously high voltages, but we're trying to do this somewhat responsibly.
I don't know. I had pretty dangerous voltages there.
I'm heavier than that.
It
I'm a
doesn't
big
go
guy.
faster.
I guess the conclusion is twofold then. One, there's definitely performance to wring out of the RTX 4090, if only NVIDIA would give us the bloody controls to do it. And two, they made the right call to ship it at 450 watts, given
Yeah.
how close the performance is to the 600 watt configuration.
Yep.
Like this right here is probably as fast as it'll go. I played with the memory a little bit. You can get it going like 100 megahertz faster, but at the same time, I found that the actual scores went down, so I'm guessing that it was not quite stable.
You're riding that razor's edge.
Yeah, NVIDIA GPUs will pull back clocks for a couple cycles if they think they're gonna crash. And so even though the number will be higher, like in GPU Z, the actual score is lower, so we're right at the limit.
At the limit of telling you about our sponsor.
Oh, first, I wanna see if we can hit the limit of our power supply.
Oh, God.
We could give it a tiny bit more voltage, get it up to about 580 watts. The CPU, even though we don't have like the direct dye cooler on it, we can get a pretty easy like 400 out of, thanks to this guy. That's getting pretty close to the 1200. Not quite.
Okay, let's see how good of a power supply Corsair makes.
Oh, we should get CPU speed.
Oh, wow, we're at over 600 watts on the GPU now.
Oh, yes. What's the hotspot temperature? 73, okay, that's fine.
I think
I
that's
upped
not
the voltage
hotspot.
a tiny
That's
bit.
not hotspot. Hotspot's 95.
95, oh, that's hot.
Will Smith, that is hot.
How's our CPU doing? 6 gigahertz.
Casual. No!
It's not.
And the RGB turned off.
Hotspots on my 2080, I think we're
Editor,
around
please cut
105.
out the awkward pause
even
while I
while
was
being
thinking of
under
that.
voltage
Just leave a
cap.
punch in or something. Just like I'm gonna call myself
GPU
to
temp
tell you
cap.
about our sponsor.
Hotspots can get really hot.
Videocom, making a sales pitch to your Videocom's any.
In sketchier fashion with a shunt mod.
So,
That one drew like over 1,200 watts, didn't
yeah,
it?
getting that
I
Slane,
don't remember. I think
I'm
it
getting that.
did, but
You
I
know,
don't know if it
whatever.
did.
If you're enjoying your evening. So, didn't really accomplish much of anything. We'll even devour. 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 Dur. 8 is the B. Continue on this path. Is it a quest? Maybe. Entire experiment was like firing gunshots at a puddle of gasoline. Disagree. Kind of weird how the 7900 XTX video that DeBauer made didn't generate more publicity. Basically, the benchmarks he showed it around 4090 performance or better for a card that's $600 cheaper. Yeah, with shunt mod. So shunt mods where they're putting resistors on, making it think that it's drawing less power than it actually is. There's a lot of room for overclocking on 7900 XTXs, but AMD limits you, so you can't. Oh my god, Tom Scott, amazing. Oh, hey look. The kids are complaining about the Jedi Survivor and how terrible it is. Jedi Survivor is this year's Cyberpunk, if you're curious about that, where everyone's bitching about the release performance and shit. Yeah. Literally, Jedi Survivor is the new Cyberpunk in terms of what they're complaining about. So, what time is it? Let's take a peek at this. Curious. You'll save Tom Scott for tomorrow.
Welcome back to Hardware Unboxed. Today we are taking a brief look at Star Wars Jedi Survivor performance using just a few select hardware configurations, as we're going about this one a bit different to past benchmarks, but the big GPU comparison is coming, so don't worry about that. I've got half a dozen EA Play memberships all lined up, ready to get around those hardware change limitations. I'll talk a bit more about that later on in the video. Now, you might have heard that there is a bit of drama surrounding this game.
A lot of drama.
Mainly involving how it plays on PC, and much of that is warranted. That said, in a rather unfortunate way, the game has played, and I don't really know how to characterize this without offending the gaming community, as it appears to be a very touchy subject, but it played okay for me. The very first playthrough on our Ryzen 7 7800X 3D test system with the RTX 4070 was mostly good. It was certainly a mostly smooth experience. And yeah, there was the odd frame stutter here and there, especially when transitioning to cutscenes, which I'm certainly not saying is acceptable or trying to brush it under the rug, but it really wasn't the horrible stuttery mess that many have described. But that's not to say they're entirely wrong either, because I have seen plenty of third-party evidence. And of course, we are using one of the, if not the fastest gaming CPU available right now, with a pretty solid GPU, so you'd expect good results. And even with such powerful hardware, there were occasional frame stutters, and the frame rate wasn't exactly amazing. The game does look incredible, but EA clearly has some work ahead of them, and they have acknowledged this. But
People just love getting on the hype train, guys.
Hold your breath, but hopefully gamers can get an update soon. Now, an obvious
anything that they can just group up together with everyone else that gives them some sense of camaraderie. It's known as socializing.
Horrible user interface. The menu system is so bad with a mouse. You can use the mouse to enable or disable some of the settings, such as VSync and ray tracing, for example. But then for stuff like quality settings, you can select those with the mouse, but you can't alter them in any way. Very silly. You need to select them, then use the A or D keys to change the option. And if you happen to double click with the mouse, it deselects the option entirely.
Good
you have
port.
to re-click on it and then use either of the keys to change the option. Once you are happy with the changes, you have to hit enter or spacebar. And for stuff like resolution changes, you have to hold and wait. So it's pretty bad. No idea why they thought this was a good idea. And worse still, it's kind of a carryover from the previous game's menu, which again was pretty terrible in that respect. And I suppose even worse still is the fact that some of the settings only apply when you reset the game. So therefore, it is best to make the necessary changes, exit the game, and then load back in. And if you don't do this, you can actually run into some pretty horrific performance-related problems, which I
don't know.
suspect
I mean, I don't know who reads the script anyways,
the
so
root cause of a lot of people's performance-related problems in this game. Though you would think most gamers would work
There
out,
are
close
some
the
female
game
tech
and then load
tubers, though.
back in. It does
There's
play
like
a lot
one.
better. Anyway,
Not very
exactly
content,
sure what
not
is
very
going on
good.
there. But
There
I
aren't a
do
lot of
know
good tech
changing
tubers in
settings
general. It
in
doesn't
game
matter.
and then
Gender has nothing to
resetting
do
the
with
game
it.
is a bad idea.
A lot of people
So at
aren't
this
good at
point,
being
I've
very methodical
reset, closed
and
open this
critical
game
of what
well
they're
over
supposed to
100
test and figuring
times,
out what they're supposed to
as
test
I
and
do
how to
need to
test it, and then
ensure
making
that when I'm
methodology to
benchmarking,
test it.
I'm using the correct settings and of course getting the correct performance. But once I got past the clunky menu and into the game, I was pleasantly surprised by, dare I say, how good this Unreal Engine 4 game played and looked. The graphics, map design, and detail are impressive. Not UE5 impressive, but they're still very good. Texture quality is excellent, and this is a large part of why the game does look so good. Of course, with high resolution textures, VRAM requirements do grow. And while the game does appear to require more than 8 gigabytes at 1080p and 1440p using the high-end Epic settings, it still played very well on 8 gigabyte graphics cards such as the RTX 3070.
Right here, we can see that the game is CPU bound on Core 7 8. While it's at 56% and 15%, this is SMT, which means it's hyperthreading. These are the same core. So this core in and of itself is running at 71%. 142%. Yeah. Because this is actually two cores. This is two cores put together. That's not 100. Yeah, 142%. So you add both the cores together, which is 72, 71, 72, 71. It'll be 71, and then you multiply it by 2, and you end up with 142. So the core itself is doing more work than it should normally do. This is one of the reasons you turn SMT off, too, so you get a better idea of measurements here. But these two cores are the same core. Right here. No, I'm wrong. I'll multiply it by 2. Just you put both of them together. So this actually isn't this isn't core bound. Why did I think you had to multiply it by 2? Because there's two cores? Oh, you just put both the numbers together. So this is 70, it's running at 72%. It's not CPU bound. There's almost no one that actually shows numbers of this, mind you, the utilization numbers.
And
But it makes it easier to read if you have SMT off. But if both these were running at 56%, then it would be running at 112%. There you go. If both of them are running at 56%, but they aren't.
given how much focus has
It's
been placed on
142%.
VRAM
It's not
performance
142%, guys.
over the last few weeks, I thought it'd be interesting to start this comparison. VRAM performance here at Hardware Unboxed over the last few weeks. I thought it'd be interesting to start this
71.
comparison between the GeForce RTX 3070 and Radeon RX 6800 and
Also, keep in mind when hyperthreading can introduce stuttering or contention between cores. Is basically the two virtual cores fight for resources with each other, which is one of the reasons you turn SMT and hyperthreading off. Hyperthreading SMT generally helps in very CPU bound scenarios where you don't care about your 1% to 0.1% because you have bigger problems to worry about. Basically, your average FPS is so low that you need whatever help you can get. But when you start getting onto the high-end chips and you start disabling things like SMT because when it fights for resources, that can cause stuttering.
having seen the VRAM usage, I wasn't that confident in the RTX 3070. Really didn't think it was going to fare that well here, but providing you have enough CPU power, it's actually pretty decent. The RTX 3070 is certainly slower in terms of FPS performance, but that's generally be expected when matching up these two GPUs, and despite running around 16% slower, it did cost 14% less at MSRP. So in terms of performance per frame, they are pretty similar in this example. Also, please be aware that what you are seeing here is a first run of the game, and that means shader compilation stutter is going to be most prevalent, as the shaders haven't already cached, at least not completely. And what's interesting here is that as soon as I loaded into the game, the RX 6800 saw VRAM usage at just over 8 gigabytes, and in just over 2 minutes of playing the game, that ballooned out to 10 gigabytes before maxing out at 12.5 gigabytes. The RTX 3070, on the other hand, had to work within its 8 gigabyte frame buffer, but somehow does seem to do that quite well with no stuttering, at least stuttering that
Texture
wasn't
streaming,
also seen with 60
which we talked
gigabytes of
about
VRAM.
before.
There was no crashing, and as far as I could tell, no missing textures. And although the bulk of the screen recordings were done at 1440p using the higher quality preset with ray tracing disabled, as those settings in my opinion are more reasonable for products like the RX 6800 and RTX 3070 in this title, the 3070 still managed to avoid horrible frame time performance even with ray tracing enabled, and we'll look at that data in the form of a few bar graphs now. First up, here's our testing from the Coruscant Rooftops checkpoint using the Epic quality preset with upscaling and ray tracing disabled. And at 1080p, the RX 6800 was 29% faster than the RTX 3070 and delivered more consistent frame time performance. Then at 1440p, the margin was reduced, but even so, the Radeon GPU was still 16% faster and again delivered much better 1% lows. And both were playable here, but the RX 6800 was noticeably better. Then, as you might have suspected, neither are really suitable 4K gamers using the maximum quality settings. Now for the ray tracing testing, I've dialed down the quality preset from Epic to high as I feel that's a better balance for these GPUs. And at 1080p, the RX 6800 was 41% faster than the RTX 3070 and a massive 57% faster when looking at the 1% lows. The GeForce GPU wasn't terrible by any means, but the RX 6800 was able to deliver a smoother experience. Then at 1440p, we're still looking at solid performance with the RX 6800 at around 60 FPS, making it 13% faster than the RTX 3070. And of course, 4K is again out of the question unless you really dig 30 FPS gaming. It's my opinion that the best configuration for these GPUs is the high preset with ray tracing disabled, as this allowed for over
Surprise.
100 FPS
Ray
1080p
tracing?
with the RX 6800.
What? Ray
and
tracing?
a
I
very
bought my
playable
video
84
card
FPS
for
with
ray
the RTX
tracing.
3070.
I want to see the reflection off the monitor into my eyeball, into the side of the glasses. That's how I know it's a good game.
Meanwhile, at
Jesus
1440p, the RX 6800 was good for 88 FPS, making it 28% faster.
Like, I'd be
than
all
the
for
RTX
ray tracing if it
3070,
didn't have a huge
and
performance
you'll
hit. It has a
absolutely
huge
notice the
performance hit,
difference
guys. It
between
still
these
does.
two GPUs. Now, using the high preset at 4K,
Can't wait for this
does
game to be
start
$10
become
next month, like
feasible,
Cyberpunk.
especially with
I don't.
the
It's
RX
not gonna be $10
6800,
in a month.
though 42 FPS wasn't a
There's,
great
I think you
experience,
actually
in my
did a
opinion,
disservice for yourself if you didn't play Cyberpunk. You didn't need to play it exactly on day one watch, but like within like maybe the first month, you actually did a disservice to yourself. They ironed out a lot of bugs really fucking fast in that game. Putting aside the fact the game itself is phenomenal, it's a fantastic game, which is why it spawned a fantastic anime series, which is Edgerunners. There's a lot of people who are like, no, I'm not gonna play it. It has bad performance. No, I'm not gonna do that. No. Twitter told me that I shouldn't like Cyberpunk and I should refund. No. You know, it's like, okay, dude. Yeah, you let Twitter decide what you want to do with your life and how good something is because they're literally having a hate train because it gets views and clicks for someone. Have fun.
It did seem to reduce the amount of stuff.
That being said, I played the last Jedi. I think it was Jedi Knight. I played the last game and it was all right. It wasn't super amazing. It was mainly because there's a lot of people that were just kind of interested in playing it. And I played it and it was okay. It wasn't anything spectacular.
Because
So
the lower frame
Edge
rate
Runners
does
was
lessen
amazing,
at
wasn't
the
it?
CPU
Yeah,
load.
they had a lot to work with
Then
in
if you
the
really want to test the CPU elements of the game with a previous generation raised
atmosphere ambient universe, so to speak. The Edge Runners, and you could tell the people that made the anime really fucking liked the game because it came through perfectly, didn't it? Putting aside some of the spots seemed kind of gimmicky where they're like duplicating moves and things. Otherwise, I think they did a really good adaptation. It was pretty phenomenal for an anime. So
GPU, just use the medium quality preset. The RX
I think it's even one of my
maxed out the
recommendations down below.
7800X 3D at just over 100
might even
FPS,
be my
which
latest recommendation.
is a bit sad, while the added driver overhead or perhaps lack of driver optimization on Nvidia's side capped frame rates much sooner at just over 80 FPS. So a poor result for GeForce.
Usually, the driver cap only
Of
comes
course, the
into
game is
play
very
when the
playable, but
CPU
if you're
bound.
after a high refresh rate experience, you'll be very disappointed.
It didn't look
For
like
me,
a
the
CPU
game was
bound.
extremely CPU limited on Coruscant, and this is despite poorly utilizing all of the CPUs that I tested. So
Yeah.
that's a shame, and hopefully this will.
I
be
guess it's
addressed
just
with
on
the game update
the
soon.
initial run you showing that
Moving
on
to
the
code
actual
did
test result
reduce
run.
this bottleneck, and while CPU limitations certainly still reared their ugly head here, it was far less of a problem. Using the EPIC settings, we appear to be mostly GPU limited with the RTX 3070 and RX 6800, as performance in Cove is similar to Coruscant. The same is mostly true of the high plus ray tracing results, though this time the RTX 3070 behaves more as expected when testing at 1080p, basically matching the RX 6800, but the 1440p and 4K results were much the same. Disabling ray tracing but sticking with the high preset, we see that at 1440p and 4K, performance on Cove is again similar to Coruscant.
Not exactly why he's
as
testing
we're
the
again at
6800 and
mostly GPU
3070.
limited, but at 1080p,
I guess it's a
we
new
see
game, but he wanted to do
16%
an
boost
article
for
on
the RX
VRAM.
6800 and a
Again,
massive
that's his thing right now.
27% boost for the RTX 3070.
By the way, almost all reports of very poor performance with like 8 GB cards are completely blown out of proportion right now. It's due to bad ports. There's technology that's been around. It's called texture streaming. It's been around for more than a decade at this point. Called texture streaming. It's been made specifically for old consoles that had almost no memory in them, because oftentimes they'd run into VRAM issues or memory issues in general, in which it will remove textures and stream them in and out of memory. It can cause stuttering and hitching if it's not configured properly. I'd even say that's where a lot of stuttering and hitching comes from, is from poorly configured texture streaming. However, at the same time, it also can work perfectly, and you'll have no problems in any way, shape, or form depending on the amount of VRAM you have. Borderline doesn't matter sort of ordeal. And you might notice some texture popping, which is where you'll see the texture change from a low-res texture to a high-res texture while it's in front of you. But once again, that's due to poor texture streaming. It's kind of weird that they don't know about this technology. Maybe it's because they grew up in the 90s and O's, but yeah, that was like a big deal. It was a really big deal when it came out, I think, with the Rage 3D, Rage 3D is a video card, Rage the game, which was a Carmack thing, where he basically tried to make things look as good as humanly possible in like the first-gen consoles, second-gen consoles, I think it was, the 360. Yeah, like he was milking that for all it was worth, and yeah, it didn't honestly look, he spent like years making it, and it honestly didn't look all that better than a normal game, trying to make a rock bleed.
Then with the medium quality preset, the
John Carmack was the guy that
1440p performance is boosted substantially. The RX
was big
6800, for
into
example,
the
saw a
Oculus Rift.
66%
He's one of
boost in frame rate,
the forerunners of
and
it.
the
I think he
RTX
left though.
3070 even bigger,
Probably because he came and did
85%
what he was
boost.
supposed to, and
This
it
is the
didn't
kind of
take off, and
performance
then
that
left.
should be possible throughout the game using these.
VR is going
quality
to take off
settings,
when you can walk
but
around with them in
sadly,
real life.
with very poor CPU utilization, it's
wearing
just
them
not possible in the more
with
demanding
overlaid,
sections, at least the sections that
augmented
demand
reality
more
on top of it.
CPU
I don't
performance.
think anyone has introduced
And
that
to
yet.
better illustrate that point, here's how the Cove and Coruscant
So you can walk
tests
around and
compare.
basically see a real life camera, and then you'll have virtual elements on top of the real life camera. Be very cool, right?
Using the RTX.
That's where
3070.
VR is actually going
Both
to go.
sections
So you
do
could
poorly
could be utilized in many different things, many different applications, social to technology to surgery, like for health, to everyday to day life, right? Social in general, to video game experiences, to porn, pretty much everything. It would be in the adult industry would be encompassed by a technology like that, except no one's really done it.
utilize the CPU, but the Cove test just requires less of the CPU, which reduces the CPU bottleneck, freeing up the GPU to perform as it should. There's less stuttering in this test as well, and I'm sure RTX 3070 owners would be much happier with 110 FPS opposed to just 83, not to mention the almost 40% improvement in 1% lows. Now, as I noted earlier, Star Wars Jedi Survivor has faced a lot of backlash over its PC
Yep.
performance.
It's
as
a
in its frame
new
rate performance.
Cyberpunk.
And EA has publicly addressed this and, quite bizarrely, has claimed that the bulk of the issues are due to gamers using cutting-edge, multi-threaded chipsets designed for Windows.
I mean, CPUs? Chipsets aren't multi-threaded. Encountering problems on Windows 10, so maybe that would only really apply to like P cores and E cores, because if it runs on the E cores, that's an issue, which is 12,000 series and 13,000 series.
11 on Windows 10. So it's the fault of the gamers for using the wrong operating system. Pretty bizarre take.
I mean,
And this really
kind of true, because if you have 12,000 or 13,000 series, you're supposed to run on Windows 11. It was doing something fucking weird where it's putting one of my CPUs into standby mode. I don't know why. Very weird shit when I had my 13,000 series CPU, 3900K. It's putting one of my cores into standby, and I still understand why I was doing that. It's very weird.
it did seem very odd to me, as Generally speaking, in the testing we've done, there's very little difference between the two operating systems when it comes to gaming performance. They're just much the same, even with
Old
the latest
results.
and greatest PC hardware. Still, the claims are worth investigating, so I
He's
installed
citing basically their test they did like 2 years ago or something.
Windows 10 on a separate SSD on our AM5 test system and
That
ran
moves
the
really fast.
7800X 3D again, as that's quite a cutting-edge multi-threaded product. Quite humorously, the game actually ran slightly smoother on Windows 10. Granted, it was a fresh install.
13700 you said?
7800X 3D again. Still, the claims are worth investigating, so I installed Windows 10 on a separate SSD on our AM5 test system and ran the 7800X 3D again.
I mean, it wouldn't matter because that's not a PE core processor. SMT would be a little bit different.
As that's quite a cutting-edge multi-threaded product. Quite humorously, the game actually ran slightly smoother on Windows 10. Granted, it was a fresh install of the operating system on a brand new high-speed SSD, but I think the point is, clearly Windows 10 is not to blame here, or gamers for using Windows 10. Both
Might have done it on purpose, might have been
operating
lazy.
systems saw very poor utilization of the CPU, and this
Do you
is,
wanna
of
make a
course,
game?
the
Yes, I still wanna
primary
make a
issue
game.
here. So again,
I don't have the money to make a
really hope
game.
they're able to
I never
address
made it big
this,
on Twitch yet.
I won't be holding
so.
my breath. I think it is fair to say that I'm coming away from my initial testing of the game with mixed feelings. Should the game have shipped in a better state? Yeah, of course it should have. And sadly, you can say that about the vast majority of PC games. But is all the drama and outrage justified?
Nope.
Well, I guess it depends on your personal experience with the game. Certainly, most people are having issues with the game. Our video editor, Balin, for example, he has an RTX 4090 and a Core i9-13900K, and his game stutters very poorly, even worse, or
Yep.
at least as bad as what I was seeing with the 10600K and 3800X. So, a bit strange there. And again, I was only using an RTX 3070, so I'm not sure why certain configurations that should play the
PE
game really well
cores?
aren't.
It's using
and
the
then
fucking
others
E-cores.
seem okay. Again, most
My
of the
guess is
people
it's
I've
using
heard
the fucking
from,
E-cores.
they're saying okay
It shouldn't
performance
be.
do have something like
Yeah.
a 7800X 3D CPU and generally a Radeon GPU. But yeah, performance does seem to be a bit all over the place, but the norm is to see heavy stuttering, which is a shame. The shader compilation stuttering, and in particular traversal stuttering, was certainly more frequent and more jarring with lower end hardware. which did
3800X
spoil
has
the
two
game when
CCDs, so
compared to
if it's trying to use two CCDs, it might have problems. Actually, I don't know. I think some 3800Xs do have two CCDs and some don't. Depends on which this is. One is one CCD and the other is two 4-core CCDs. Depends on which version he has.
what I initially experienced with much higher end hardware, but it was still playable. And I just have to stress that I'm by no means saying that it's acceptable for a AAA title, so relax, take a deep breath.
You can see now, back to what I said earlier, you can see some of these cores are actually getting maxed out, right? 7 and 8 once again. This is basically at CPU cap right here.
I'm
And
merely
depending on when
pointing
you're
out
looking at it, it is at
saying that it's
CPU cap.
acceptable for a AAA
That's at 100% right there.
title, so relax,
That's at 92.
take a deep breath. I'm merely
That's at 102%, so it's actually over the top right now. Yeah, that's at 102%, so it's actually using more than one core right now with hyperthreading SMT.
Really pointing out that the experience will vary depending on the configuration. So while
Now it's definitely using more than one core. Look at this. This is at 115% utilization.
I've shown the game to generally run smoothly with last season's mid-range GPU paired with the world's fastest gaming CPU, I realized this isn't necessarily the norm.
10600 does
The
not
Core
PE
i5
cores.
10600K, for example, it wasn't as smooth as the 7800X 3D, no shockers there, I suppose. And stuttering was not only more frequent, but when it occurred, it lasted longer, which was a far more jarring experience. And if I downgraded the Core i5 from 32GB to just 16GB of RAM, there was even more stuttering. So again, that certainly does spoil the experience. But it was also nice to see that in such a beautiful game, 8GB of VRAM appeared to work just fine, though I've only had the chance to play a little over an hour into the game with the RTX 3070 outside of my benchmark using the Sage.
Actually pretty cool to see that like older AMD processors are actually working out better now that multi-threading and CCD is being nailed down better by the OS.
Played the game extensively with an 8GB graphics card. But let's move on, and I guess we'll touch on the menu system again, which is just horrible. It's very clunky and annoying to use, and the lack of DLSS support is also disappointing. And DLSS
it is for the performance you're getting,
which actually could be.
I don't think it would have mattered though. DLSS only helps your video card; it doesn't help your CPU bottleneck.
Pretty useful in this title, though of course that would only help out a very small portion of gamers. Still, these are features that should be present in any new AAA title. But the big issue for Star Wars Jedi Survivor is the terrible CPU utilization, using 30% of a Core i5 10600K while being heavily CPU limited.
So SMT on, this is a 6-core processor. It's not using 30%. Overall usage it is, but we go down through the runs here and then once again look at individual cores. You can see 7 and 8. Once again, it likes 7 and 8. 7 and 8 here is very close to 100%, and 10 and or 11 and 12 is also very close to 100%.
Limited is just total crap. Granted, when the stuttering did occur, CPU usage briefly spiked up to 50 to 60%, but even then the primary thread was never maxed out. So
I mean, in the last CPU we just saw, it was maxed out. He's looking at, I don't know why he's not taking into account SMT here, or hyperthreading, because this is an Intel processor. Same thing, though. Let's see. This is one of the reasons also to turn off SMT, but it's not the same thing. They should actually make a benchmark mode that actually combines the threads and gives you the combined utilization instead, in like 2 small numbers instead.
It stands to reason, had the CPU been better utilized, then we wouldn't have seen nearly as many stutters, and the ones that you would see probably wouldn't be as noticeable.
There it is. It just went over 100%.
Seen
right when it
nearly
stuttered.
As many stutters, and the ones that you would see probably wouldn't be as noticeable.
There. This is running at 116%.
In many instances, the system was spitting out less than 60 FPS at 1440p using the high quality settings with an RTX 3070, and despite that, CPU usage was around 30% with no maxed out cores, while GPU usage hovered at 70%. So
I mean, he's saying this and then it's actually happening while he's saying it. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that. Once again, if you have like a 6-core, this is a 6-core processor, guys. If you have a 6-core or 4-core processor, I never turn off hyperthreading or SMT, especially if you're CPU bound a lot, because you're just trying to get whatever FPS you can. But in this case, it definitely seems like it's not using the cores properly, and it's introducing a lot of hiccups, which is more jarring than just getting lower FPS, apparently. So
fixing CPU usage should be the primary goal here. And the last challenge I faced with this content, and I suppose the upcoming big GPU benchmark, is EA's DRM, which prevents gamers from being able to play EA app titles after more than 5 hardware changes.
holy fuck. Did you see the... Wow, the poly count, guys. Oh my god, he looks like he's made out of Play-Doh. I don't know if this is intentional or not. This is like Team Fortress 2 shit. What the fuck is that?
Being able to play EA app titles after more than 5 hardware changes. And worse still, if you just happen to change the PCs you're playing on, it'll lock you out for 24 hours right away, which is just a nightmare for testing, and it's a crap experience for people who have paid for the game. They might want to play on their home theater PC and then their main PC. Don't know if it's always going to do that. I've seen a lot of people online complaining about this problem when they've changed PCs. Total garbage from EA, especially when
probably not the majority of players
games released to Steam or even
this just
Epic
sucks for
Store,
hardware benchmarkers.
Ubisoft games, all of those sort of games.
Most people do not play across multiple PCs. Steam Deck might be an option there,
but
but then even then, I don't even
so
think it would matter, because if you use something like Steam Play or Steam Streaming, which Steam Deck does have, you play from one computer anyways. So
I think EA's been doing for over a decade now, and it's just crap. That's really the best way to describe it. It's just a crap situation for everyone. You can't play EA games on multiple different systems, and I can't deliver big benchmarks in a timely manner. And it's even more horrific in this instance, as I've had to play on 6 different accounts to code, as you can't copy save games to other accounts. Anyway, a big GPU benchmark is in the works,
Wow.
and that should be ready in a few days'
That sucks.
time. We'll see how I go swapping all those accounts over.
19 hours.
As I said, I've had to play multiple accounts to at least the 10% mark so we can do all of our testing. But anyway, keep an eye out for all of that. And in the meantime, if you'd like to become a Hardware Unbox community member, get access to our exclusive Discord server, extra content, Q&As, live streams, all that kind of stuff, then yeah, check out Floatplane and Patreon. But other than that, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. I'm your host, Steve, and I'll see you again next time.
We're probably going to copy paste. This is going to be probably on the AMD Reddits. We'll copy paste. So we'll probably copy paste that to my Twitter too. Okay. Good. Interesting article. And I'd agree that it seems like it's completely blown out of proportion. Oh my god, I got a hiccup, guys. And I'm pretty sure you could tweak that a little bit and have a completely fluid experience. Not that everyone should have like 70 or 110 FPS or some shit. Okay, let's take a look at the Reddits here, guys. I did upload in the background, and then get into things. When you get tired of your widow suppressing your team, counsel. You gonna throw a tree on her? That's counsel. Meanwhile, on PC, they'd immediately use their grappling hook, fly up into the air, and headshot you. So, yeah. Anytime a widow goes for a pop shot, even ashes, if ashes or widows go for pop shot, there's a 5,000% accuracy multiplier when anyone goes for a pop shot. At least in my experience. The people that pop shot assumingly have a 5,000% accuracy modifier. And the people that don't pop shot don't have that modifier because they don't pop shot in the first place. So if someone goes for a pop shot on you, yeah, there's a likely chance they're going to hit a headshot or a body shot on you. So you should just hide when they go for a pop shot because, yeah, for some strange reason, it's like you got a magnetic X painted on you. So, I don't know. That's just the way it goes. That's through numerous pomp shots that I've seen and witnessed, they always end up with me getting a headshot or body shot by someone that is usually, I'd say like 95% of the time, usually by someone that is willing to do something like that will hit that shot on you. It's weird because they'll be fine on the ground and they'll like normal accuracy on the ground, and then they go for a pop shot, which is harder, much more difficult, and they hit it. Fucking weird, right? I don't know. It's almost like it's unnatural and something they're just doing to show off in BM because they can, because they have a button that does it. No way. No way. No one would ever try to make themselves look better online. No fucking way. Not much going on there. AMD Reddits. 4790K to 7800 X3D benchmark results. Okay. Weird SoC behavior, Gigabyte. Or the comments, let's look for the TLDR. Boost the SoC to 1.35 to 1.42, even when manually entered. Benchmark is in here. The NVIDIA forums can't really post on it, so I'll do a Twitter post. Okay. Done. Just because some people like burying comments, not intentionally, but they'll see them and not respond to them, and then you get like you get none of the limelight, guys. As it turns out, it seems like a lot of people are pretty good at just not noticing or not pointing out things that make sense. So done. DVD Reddits. What are the kids bitching about today? Actually, like, as far as, like, kind of indie games go, I've been watching True on occasion play Deceive Inc. If you guys have been part of my DVD experience, True is another big streamer in the community. It's kind of like another version of, like, DBD. It's not DBD in any way, shape, or form, but rather it's just a very nuanced kind of indie game, which is supposed to be, like, your cat and mouse spy game. Cat and mouse spy game where you're trying to infiltrate and escape with intel, and you're supposed to stop the other spies or kill them, vice versa. It's actually pretty cool. It's actually really, really cool, to be perfectly honest. But I don't think like anyone watches it, so you guys have seen it. Spelled Deceive wrong, did I? EI. There is literally no one, absolutely no one watching this game. It's a very cool game. It reminds me of Splinter Cell or the Assassin's Creed. There's an Assassin's Creed multiplayer mode where you're supposed to find out and assassinate the other player. It's very much like that. No one watches this shit, so basically you can't stream it if you actually care about your viewership, and I'm not big enough to stream something like this, so that's a pretty cool game, though. But that being said, there's a lot of cool games, which is why when I have my Devilish Delight, I have my a little single player experience. I like to choose a game that is enjoyable. That's something I want to play, like Obviously Not Included, or SimCity, or not Titanfall, RimWorld, or Riftbreaker. Especially, we're going to be playing the new Riftbreaker expansion, which I think is coming out in the next couple months. So, God, Overwatch 2 has fallen so far. These guys. I wanted to get my new PC before I quit Overwatch, and Jesus Christ, yep, that's after the launch of Overwatch 2. Be able to change this. This isn't the same thing. Bar. Yep. Warzone. Wants to fucking play it though. I don't want to play it. Sad thing about this though is it also includes the thing about this is a misleading stat because it includes big streamers hopping around, so yeah. That gives you inflated and misleading statistic because big streamers can play whatever the fuck they want and people just watch them. So Twitch has always been a balance between finding something that you enjoy and something that people are willing to watch. Best way of looking at it, and I've looked at it that way since basically time began on Twitch, so all the new kids are doing that now, but I've been doing that for a decade at this point. Yikes. Lots of viewership. Lots of fucking channels, though. You like Ko? You mean already to the point where he can't fail because he just has so much, so many people watching him that he can just stream whatever he wants. He could stream cooking and people would watch him. Yeah, and talk about how great he is for cooking. Ko's a variety streamer, too. He's like Lyric. He just plays whatever's new. And is extremely politically correct. Which is why I can't watch him. Yeah, hands are tied, guys. There's only so much there, so he's dying to be himself. Probably, you know, you can only be, I don't want to say a clown, but you can only be something you're not for so long before it kind of gets to you. Or I mean, you have a burdening life outside of it, and you don't care, right? I mean, working a job day to day is basically that. So, you know, difference. Okay. DVD Reddit's done, guys. We're gonna play some Gamaz now. Streamer services promote their agenda, of course they do. Twitch, I think, is more of kind of like a trend. They just do whatever's trending, so they're gonna be leaning whatever direction is trending currently. Get right on top of that. Meanwhile, they don't do stuff that really matters, like give us the ability to stream in X265 or X266, or increase the bandwidth that we can stream at so we can stream at higher resolutions, higher FPS, because that costs money. Saying words doesn't cost money. So. Okay. I'm going to wash my coffee cup out, guys. And we're going to get into some OW2s here. Overwatch 2s. Alrighty. Did I get everything? I think so. Okay. We're back, guys. Okay. Alrighty. You guys ready for some gamazin? We're gonna do some gamazin here. Aw. Easiest way to get into a game, guys? Join the practice range. Look at that. It like increases your queue by 1,000%. I think it's because when you're in the practice range, it takes up a server. So they want to get you out of the server as fast as possible. I don't know if it applies to comp. Probably not. But if you're in quick play, it like puts you at the head of the queue. That is an assumed feature, but it definitely seems that way. So. My guess is it's a way of saving resources on their back end. Which makes sense.
Just one more mission.
Forget regulation. After this mission, I'm throwing a party.
Crotch cam?
Hello.
5, 4, 3.
Are you projecting? Are you telling me what you want to see?
Incoming. Stop the ping.
Get one? No. Very accurate Baptiste.
Aerial positioning underway.
Kill her? No. She's still alive somewhere. Grabbed it. Fuck she go? No. Wait, the fuck? She cross killed me. The fuck is that? That means one of the missiles was in the air when I died.
Stay down.
Fuck is that?
Into the air. Messy, but we got it done. Let's kick this off. Blast it.
Look at that fucking range. That's not right. There's a desync or exploit or something that causes that to happen. I still don't know what that causes that to happen, guys. Don't know what causes that.
Let's show him some air power.
It's like extends Moira's fucking grasp range by like 10 or 15%. I think it's something to do with ping desync. I know. That doesn't matter though. Push again. No. Okay.
I see an enemy. I don't think so.
Okay. Bye.
Enemy here.
What? Uh-oh.
60 seconds remaining.
Aerial position.
That was the tank that just left. Baptiste is very accurate.
Thank you.
He was a tank, maybe not.
Positioning. Up and away.
30 seconds remaining.
So it's kind of weird how you can get 100% accurate. I don't know what this is. Where you'll get like fucking DPS that miss normal amount, but then they play like Baptiste or shit and they fucking hit for 100%. What the fuck is that?
Guide you.
I don't understand that. Something backed up. So, what's the difference between aiming with Baptiste and aiming with the fucking McCree or Soldier? I mean, obviously there's a little bit of recoil, but you get a Baptiste that's 100% accurate for the full fucking burst. You're like, huh, that doesn't seem quite right. Also, accuracy seems to have a bit to be desired here, guys. A little bit to be desired. No. Let's look real quick. Sometimes, like, you can kind of pick out when people are shooting at you, and sometimes you can't. Let's take a real quick look here.
Ready for
So a lot of the misses are where people are behind cover. So if their their chest center point and their head center point are behind cover, it won't lock on. Depending on the kind of aimbot they have, if they have bone mesh or they have a better one, we'll change how it works. So you can't immediately disclude the misses because he's firing when people are behind cover because it's technically not going to lock on. then there could be a min-lock distance too. Fields generally don't apply. A lot of times we're just shooting when people are behind buildings. You can shoot him while he's behind a building. The ones where he didn't, he hit me. Dead Baptiste. There's a lot when people are behind buildings. Like, he doesn't even like follow through with the shots either. That again.
60 seconds remaining.
Too close, doesn't matter. Next game. Good evening, Tight. Oh my god. I tight-fisted your mom last night. Wait, what?
Strike from above. Increasing altitude. Repositioning.
Double
You weren't watching the skies.
now arriving at Lijiang. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Oh my god, it's Casey. I know Casey. I don't. I get to play with the Mercy. I played with your Mercy.
Strike from above.
What does it even mean? I know, but it sounds lewd.
Just fly to me, Angela. My hero. You're like a knight in flying armor. That's what I'm going for. I am the power. Affirmative.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the
Establishing
objective.
aerial position. Work as a team, everyone. Let's get them
Very, very. Oh my god, I don't know where the fuck that hook came from. I heard it, I felt it. Very accurate soldier. Yeah, that's that is a questionable soldier. Finally got a hook.
making another approach. Thanks for the assist. Boosting you, Fariha. Excellent teamwork.
Yeah. Questionable soldier, guys. Oh, I should have saved that. Anybody? And Lucio got me.
All systems nominal.
Claiming the objective.
Increasing altitude. They outnumber us. Keep it.
Nope, I'm gonna make it. I did make it, actually.
Much better.
Felt like I shot through him. It felt like I had it down. Did not. Good. Wasn't in the right spot, guys. I thought he was at the front door. Just ran back.
I don't want to talk about it. En route. Heroes never die.
Soldier's definitely cheating. Oh my god, Mercy. Alright, let's see.
Score.
The skies are
Just a random pugger? Wait, this is random. Good. That's interesting.
No, I have not.
Feels like both the DPS are together. The Bastion was normal, then went to Tracer. Soldier's definitely cheating. Hear about the other players though.
4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2.
They
Capture the objective.
Yeah. He's fucking jumping to get line of sight on me. Tank is very leggy too. Bye. How the fuck did she survive? What the fuck is that? She scale off the rocks? Okay. Aren't to be able to get it. We did get it actually. Free-aim.
always more to learn. On the move.
Dead yet. Feels like a pre-made. He's fucking sitting there watching me. Dumbass. Love doing that. Doesn't always work, especially against smart players. Yeah. Pretty sure both of them are cheating. I think this is a pre-made. I don't know if it's possible to get in groups with each other and then leave groups, dropping it while in the game without leaving. I haven't tried it. I don't know if that's a thing, but it's definitely a safeguard someone would take if they're in a cheat squad. That hog is leggy as fuck though. Just fucking pull me through the door frame. One leggy hog, guys.
Shake it off.
Might have been pre-aim.
Making another approach. En route. I will not waste this opportunity.
That's a bone mesh. Yeah. So 100% cheating. Is there a teammate over there? No. I don't give a shit how many hours you have in your account. That means nothing. You could have bought it yesterday and it would be 400 hours. Oh. Let's take a look, though. Yeah, a master? Good for you. Yeah, and a plat and gold. Okay. And what is his accuracy? I bet it's 42%. That's usually what people sit at. They'll try and, yep. Yep, that's top 500 accuracy right there. They literally just look at the top 500 at list and then pull the number out of there and they try to keep their accuracy around it. That's not a 42% soldier. That is a cheater. Bye, dude. What I want to take a look at, though, is the Tracer. The Tracer, when they're playing Bastion, was normal. Tracer after the Bastion, I'm not so sure about. We'll take a quick peek here.
Ready for battle.
I don't know why in the replay the colors for the teams are the same. This should be different. I don't know why it's not.
Get out of my way or I'll run you over.
Pulse bomb's almost ready.
Gotta go quick.
Tactical visor activated.
Triple kill.
Got you staring.
Somebody has to stand up.
Hi there.
Somebody has to stand up to the
Space clear.
Sorry. Take this.
You want to hear this?
Barrier broken. Find us a cover.
You're a real lifesaver.
Looked like he was looking at the healers through the pillar a little bit ago. Curious why were you staring at that?
Objective captured. Angela.
Somebody has to stand up for the
Roger.
people.
My ultimate is charging.
Like, if you're gonna buy an account, guys, and just cheat on it and be blatant as fuck, like, why would you even buy one with hours on it? I don't know.
Hi. Pulse bomb's almost ready.
I think she saw her before she came around the corner, yeah. Like, it kind of looks like she's looking at people through the walls, but there's also teammates there, so. Fuck, that's not where my mouse is, game.
Crank up the game. Oh yeah, don't know. Next game.
Soldier is definitely cheating at that point. Like, it offsets so much in the game. Not really,
Strike from above. Taking off. Double. When I'm hitting my shots, you can't touch me.
a normal comparison.
Got one. Double. Establishing aerial position. Dispersing.
What? I think my missile landed right there and it didn't push it because the jack stand blocked it. Light stand? I don't know what that is.
Swish. Double kill. Triple kill. Multiple hits confirmed. Blasted. Going down. Splash. Damage.
Looks like there's a lot of input delay right now, too. Like, you see how far I have to lead the characters? That's with 40 MS. That seems to be way too high. God, I fucking want a reflex analyzer. We reported this guy before. I don't know if it's the same guy, though. I think it was on the weekend, though, so... Sometimes it takes people time to get to... reports. Sometimes I'm wrong. But when we see people for multiple times, especially over the course of weeks, then we start sculpting them. So you can see when they make new accounts and then rename them. Because people do that. That's actually a thing. Because we've seen it, so... Yeah.
Greetings. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Yeah.
Enemy over here.
Both went and helped pre-made. Yeah. More voice comms in quick play. Yeah. Good job, dude. How did he not die? The fuck was that? He literally was standing in it before that happened. You had like some fucked up desync or something? What the fuck was that? Like he literally was standing in it before he got pulled. Holy fucking shit. Dude, like, it definitely feels like there's something wrong with my computer. And I have relatively new parts, so I have no fucking idea. fucking idea. Well, that makes me think I have a virus or something. I don't know. But I've done scans and there's nothing there, so no fucking idea.
How's it going? These barrels are smoking. Devastation.
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
Payload's under my control. Let's roll out. How's it going?
Watching the skies.
Hey there.
Heads up. Aerial positioning underway.
Like sometimes my cursor isn't going where I'm aiming it either.
Excellent team.
Incoming.
Taking off. Get in there.
Do not challenge me.
What did he just shoot at?
Returning to
Payload.
battle.
Let's rumble. I will strengthen this world.
On the move.
Not forgetting the payload, are we?
Dispersing.
Missed. Yeah. How did that push him backwards when it hit behind him? Very good question. Literally had 50 HP, guys. Sound good.
Making another approach.
Got hit by a stealth gauntlet.
Increasing altitude.
Good.
You're vulnerable. Get in there. Taste my power.
That wasn't our teammate behind us. Good. I thought it was our teammate.
All systems
Wasn't
nominal.
the Hanzo? Good.
Incoming. Meteor strike.
They have superior numbers.
Prepare yourself. Incoming.
Very accurate soldier. Good.
Let's show them some air power. Excellent teamwork. Aerial positioning underway.
Our teammates are going in. Good.
Concussive out.
60 seconds.
Increasing altitude.
Guess we'll just go around the side instead. Doing nothing, so. Cheating. Yep. So that's wall hack combined with the bone mesh. Good shit. Good.
Play of the game.
Cause and effects.
Yeah, him looking through walls is me being bad. I don't think they understand how logic works in there, but that's okay. Which is weird, because this is the guy that was cheating last time. We should check for a squad, too, and we didn't. You're bad, that's why he's looking through walls. Wait, what? You can't expect kids to be smart, though, so, you know, whatever. Let's see what we baked this time. It's a fucking diamond and plat. Oh, yeah? With 43% accuracy. Oh, 39. Ah, I see. That's a 39% accurate soldier, guys. What the fuck? That means more than half the time he's spending shooting something other than a player. So 50% is one bullet hits a player for every bullet that misses, right? 39% is basically 6 and 10 miss the player. Do you guys think 6 and 10 bullets were missing players in that match? No, they weren't. Maybe 10% of the bullets were missing players in that match. This guy's 100% cheating. We can look at quick play. It's even worse for quick play. Oh, is this a new account? No, 1,300 hours. 34 hours. The fuck is this? What? This. Oh, this is a reactivate. This is someone's old account, so this is probably an old compromised account this guy bought. All modes. So 34 hours in Overwatch 2 maybe, or including a little bit prior to Overwatch 2? Let's see. We're gonna do some finagling here, guys. As per usual. We didn't even do that bad. Like, look at my damage. It doesn't feel this way, though. It feels like I'm missing a lot of my directs. That's not even bad. Fuck does it feel so funky, then? Guys. It's like my accuracy in game does not match what it feels like. I'm not sure exactly why. Feels very unresponsive and delayed. Ah, the queen!
Prepare for battle. Select your
We'll give it one more. Good. Happy Mondays, guys. Hope you're having a wonderful start to the week as it goes.
Strike from above.
I'll have us in and out in no time.
Greetings. 5, 4, 3, 2,
New?
1.
Those are new.
Objective unlocked.
Positioning.
New doodads.
Aerial positioning underway. A new encounter.
He took the robot. Don't let it move a single step.
Out of jets, guys. And I fell down the wrong side.
Returning to battle. On the move.
We cannot allow them.
Establishing aerial position.
I found him.
Excellent teamwork.
Yeah.
Position.
Fucking sensu bean.
But we got it done. I'm here.
Terminated. Hello.
Up and away.
Cute. I need to get rid of those too.
Come on, just a little more. Dispersing.
Expected two more than people to be there. I expected the healers to come out of the room to try and help the bash, and it didn't happen. Yeah. My flicks feel on, but my fucking shot, like the time between when I do something and when it happens on my screen feels really delayed. It's like making things DCD. I don't know why.
Okay, my head's in the game.
He will be lost without our...
Aerial positioning underway.
Got. Try to save her.
Group up.
Dude, I swear to God, this Bastion's trying to fucking peg me around corners and shit with that grenade.
Over there! Over there!
Repulsion.
That's not good.
Taking off. We're about to lose the lead. Scatter.
There's free. Oh my God.
They outnumber.
Maybe he is. I don't know. He doesn't really shoot at me though. Very weird. Like if he's not cheating, like just super coincidental. Dead. No. It's like pre-programmed into McCree's if they see you to go up in the air, they'll just queue because you can't get to the ground in time. Like if I got to the ground, I would have had to have been behind cover, but there's nowhere to get behind cover, so I was dead no matter what. It's just a free kill.
Increasing altitude.
The doofus, yeah. Oh my fucking god, I got stuck again.
Enemy spotted.
Returning to battle. En route.
They took him from us.
That'll happen. No! How do you know? I thought he's right behind the bus. Fucking weird. Actually, I think he was behind the bus. I think he fired his last rocket and moved.
Up and away.
There's one. Just a little more and meteor strike.
Excellent teamwork.
They have taken possession.
Pretty sure the McCree's cheating. Yeah. Just pre-aim for you. Bastion, I don't know about.
Enemy in sight.
Like his aim, the McCree's aim isn't super remarkable. Like he misses a decent number of shots. Probably has a percent miss accuracy. But he looks at you through walls and shit, pre-aims through walls. I bashed him with his fucking grenades like 3 different times. What the fuck? Very weird.
Increasing altitude.
Torbjorn now.
Enemy turret destroyed. Turret detected.
Yeah. Very certain the McCree's cheating. Yeah. Nice 3-tap though. Good for him. And then he missed all the shots on the Doomfist. He's standing in front of him, not moving. Good.
Your team is close.
Just a few steps away from him. Keep pushing.
There is 100% cheater bait, guys. We've talked about before, so.
Positioning. Enemy turret.
Teammates just die? No.
Rain from above.
I don't know where anyone is. There he is.
This round goes to me.
Send me someone who can fight back. Let's move forward. Push bombs engaged.
Aerial positioning underway. Health restored.
Almost.
The skies await.
You're getting more sneaky though. Anna's trying to get a revenge kill. Pretty shooting on that. Uh-huh.
Returning to battle.
10 seconds remaining.
On the move. Taking off.
Yeah. It is so fucking difficult to hit directs, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Good. Entire team shooting at me, so the McCree is definitely cheating. I don't know about the Torbjorn. Good. Good. All right. Let's see. Oh, Anon. Oh my god, it's like you're anonymous. Good for you. Oh, he's a gold. Who knew? Gold and plat. Over a new leaf and becoming a master, guys. Good for him. Let's see. Do we have any? Nope, that's not enough time. I mean, Ash is pretty close to Soldier. Excuse me, to McCree, 38%. Oh, 51. Actually, normal. Fuck. Not sure what's going on there with his accuracy. That's kind of interesting. It's actually went down. For him. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Let's do some finagling here, guys. Let's see. Off here. I gotta take a piss, guys, as well. 1 second. Okay. Good.
Strike from above. When I'm hitting my shots, you can't touch me.
Double kill.
Out and away.
Double kill. Double kill.
You know, like I'm fucking in training right now and this feels normal.
Touch the sky. Messy, but we got it done.
Double kill.
Aerial positioning underway. Notched another.
Double kill. Triple kill.
Multiple hits confirmed. Mind the gap.
Double kill. Triple kill.
Establishing aerial position.
Double
You aren't watching the skies.
double kill.
Perfect hit.
Double kill.
God, I want a reflex analyzer so bad, guys. It's only gonna give me like a piece of the puzzle, but I want that piece so bad.
Taking off. I don't think so. Forgot your parachute? Got one.
Double
Move. Going down. Well deserved. That had to hurt. Increasing altitude.
double kill.
Blasted.
Felt like a hit.
Touch the sky.
Might have been too close to the ground.
Splash. Damage. Concussive out.
Ah.
Scatter. Where's your jetpack?
Double
Splash. Into the air. Justice served.
double
Oh my god, Idwin. Is it already 4 a.m.? What's going on here?
Gap. Up and away. Float like a jellyfish, sting like a jellyfish. Repulsion.
Dude, what the fuck's going on here?
Sky. Terminated.
double kill. Double kill.
Aerial positioning underway. Going down.
Double kill.
Maximum impact.
That just felt like it went through. The fuck?
Where's your jetpack?
Double kill. Triple kill.
Multiple targets eliminated. Picked off. Dispersing. Touch the sky.
Something feels off again. Started late. I never start late. I always start exactly when I mean to. Oh.
I don't think so.
Very weird.
Double kill.
Taken down.
Hmm. Ah. Weird guys. I don't understand. Hmm. Computer also likes to stutter when I do something. I'm not exactly sure why. That's interesting in and of itself. I don't know why. They have a bad hard drive? I don't think so. I looked at stats on it, like it doesn't have any bad sectors on it or anything.
Strike from above. Taking off.
Double kill.
Don't even get a chance to get into training range, guys. Definitely feels like they loosened up the...
Select your hero.
That's pre-made. Loosened up the MMR. And a cross-platform, which probably is part of the pre-made. Hey, Net. Speaking of which, good evening, guys. Hi. Ni hao. What the fuck is that?
Knock knock.
I swear I have a fucking virus on my computer, guys. Hmm. Let's see. Interesting.
Strike from above. Establishing aerial position.
Double kill.
On Europe somewhere for some reason.
Strike from above. Increasing altitude.
Double kill.
My fucking aim feels fucked up.
When I'm hitting my shots, you can't touch me.
The fuck?
Double kill.
Like I'm fighting something, guys. What the fuck's going on here?
Double kill. Triple kill.
Multiple hits confirmed. Up and away.
Like I can't even aim straight. Alright, 1 second again, guys. What the fuck's going on here? Now it feels completely different. Like, whenever that stutter happens, guys, things start feeling weird. I don't get it. Stutter is, either. Something's not behaving properly on my system. What is it?
Strike from above. Increasing altitude. Elimination mid-ascent.
On Europe again. Why? Don't know.
Strike from above. Establishing aerial position.
Double kill.
When
Trying to figure it out, guys. Something hiccups hardcore. It's like a second, and it's gone. And it only periodically does it. And sometimes it doesn't even do it in a day. And other times it does it multiple times in a day.
If you ever need help, just fly to me, Angela. Ah, my hero. You're like a knight in flying armor. That's what I'm going for.
Daddy Macree.
Hello. Yes.
Is that the fake pink skin? Kind of looks that way.
The assist. 5, 4,
Taking off.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Squad up.
And very accurate, soldier.
Thanks for the assist.
Balls in deep, guys. Do like going balls deep. Yeah. Too far out of line of sight of the Mercy. Trying to get away from the Junker Queen on top of the tower. Oh, our Mercy, I think, was trying to shoot the other Mercy. Good?
Don't stay down. We're outnumbered. Be advised.
Objective lost. Stop the pain.
Really? Barbarian. Got hit in the face by the Torbjorn.
Surrender. Heroes never die.
Got it. Ready for
Enemy turret destroyed. Thanks for the assist.
It's the after service.
You know what Mercy needs? More mobility.
That's 3 hits. Enemy turret down.
And the turret killed me while I'm fucking around. Good.
All systems nominal. En route.
It's Kiriko.
Hey, we have a May? What? What? Okay. Oh, who is that? That is the Tracer?
I knew I could help her. I don't think so.
Good.
Okay, my head's in the game. En route.
Very accurate Ash. Do there.
Let's show him some air power. On the move. Up and away. It's only a game. What do you have to do next?
A crit?
My ultimate is almost ready.
Draw strength from me. I knew I could help. 60 seconds. Here they are. Get ready. Increasing altitude. Clear horizon. I will not waste this opportunity. En route.
Go over here. He's gonna try and punch me.
Let's go.
On my way.
Cut. How are you still alive? I don't know. Dead now.
I've got you covered. Double.
Cut.
What do you have? Enemy team.
3713. Pretty good. But, once again, still fucking feels weird. I don't get this. I don't understand, guys. The Ash was that. Why do I have to go through 5 clicks, 5 million clicks to see who's on a team? I guess I could do the end, couldn't I? Get angry because I was ignoring you too. Like pretending he's doing something while dancing around the bridge up top. Oh, I should thank the healer too. Don't forget to thank the healer. That name's gross, but you know, it's fine. Apparently we had a May, who is apparently for endorsement too. What? You can't tell, like with the stats, like with Mays, you can't tell when they're actually doing work and when they aren't. Like the only kind of indicator that they're actually doing work is when they kind of like stall. So, yeah. Was he doing work? Was he not doing work? I don't know. Yep.
Strike from above. Taking off.
Double kill.
When I'm hitting my shots, you can't touch me.
Arriving at Conseil. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
See how this one goes. My settings earlier, guys, it didn't feel like I was having a really good hit edge, but my directs, it always felt super fucking delayed. I don't understand that. Next to impossible to direct. Actually, my stats even looked like I was hit direct hitting well, but it didn't feel that way. Like I couldn't hit like mid-airs on people. That's a real direct hit. Direct hits when you're hitting someone on the ground aren't the same thing. Because in-air direct hits, those are like synchronizing two player models and a projectile at the same time. Why does it look like I'm shooting through them?
Aerial positioning underway.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Objective in 30 seconds.
Lucio boost? Yep. Tracer? Yeah.
Bad guys. Take them out.
Yeah. Wait, DPS. No, that was Sombra.
Clean kill.
Fucking Christ.
They got us outnumbered. Keep that in mind.
I don't stay down. En route. They got the robot.
That they did.
We need that robot to turn around. Thank you.
Soldier 76 reporting for duty.
Up and
Yeah.
away.
They're just waiting. They're creeping around waiting for someone to actually go underneath to chase them.
They've taken the lead. We need to push back. That's not good. Silly human. Sorry, mother. Illuminated.
Do I need to actually ult him? I don't think so. There we go.
Just needed a dash of mischief.
All my missiles feel late. Bad timing.
Let's take him to the underworld.
Lovely.
Nice.
Hey, look, guys, it's meant for me. Like I said, I can't fucking hit directs, guys. I don't fucking understand it.
Okay, my head's in the game. En route. We're outnumbered. Be advised.
They're taking the robot.
What's up? I've got you. Up and away.
Wrong one. Yep. And for me again.
I've got you in my sights. Meteor strike.
Need to kill the Mercy. Still need to kill the Mercy. Incredibly accurate soldier. He's 100% cheating, mind you, after he swapped the soldier. Good for him.
I don't stay down.
Let's take him to the underworld.
Increasing altitude.
I mean, why not?
Float like a jellyfish, sting like a jellyfish. Was there any doubt?
Oh, she's staggered because she didn't accept death. Waiting for aimbot grenade. There's aimbot grenade. Must have ran out of accuracy on his soldier. He's doing pretty well. I don't even know why he'd bother going to, I don't know why he'd go to this McCree. You could hear him literally just walking, like, into our team, trying to kill me. Like, no respect in any way, shape, or form for my teammates. This...
We're moving.
I need the healing. More cleanse. But like, how the fuck did he see anything in that mess and then throw the grenade on me behind my teammates? I have no fucking idea. But that clearly, yeah. Besides, obviously, automation. I have no idea. But he is clearly meant for me.
Enemy here. Barricade on the move. Messy, but we
Do it, Mercy. Do it. Oh my god. Hey, there we go. Nice guy.
all systems nominal.
2-minute warning.
On the move.
Sombra is now Echo. Monitor so bad. Monitor. That's all I ever wanted, guys.
Well deserved. 60 seconds remaining.
And aimbot grenade. Holy fucking shit! That guy's aim is literally all over the place. But he manages to hit his target every time. It feels like a fucking like gamepad. Like it'd totally be like, yeah, that's aim assist. He's not using a gamepad. All right, Lucio.
The enemy has claimed the robot.
30 seconds remaining.
Aerial positioning underway.
Your soldier's doing. Yeah.
Negative. Form up. We're going at it all. Think you can type
10 seconds.
Let's take him to the underworld. Right back at you. Just
Team kill. Play of the game.
Ah, the cheap McCree. Good. Love the cheap McCree. Oh, the nice, lovely pre-aim. Oh, good for him. Oh, what is he looking at the wall right there, guys? That's not the robot. Oh, there's a Lucio. Imagine that. Dumb shit. That's pretty hardcore pre-aim. Bye, dude. Yep, that's some quality information. I never knew, like prior to playing, you know, like Overwatch, how good it was to look at walls. I never understood that. I guess it's a skill that I never learned, was looking at walls. It's actually very advantageous to you. It's crazy. It's mind-blowing, actually. I didn't understand before this time. Like, these people have all this ability to just look at a wall and gather all this information from it, and I've never been able to do that because it's a wall, right? You know, you look at the wall and you go, huh, that's a wall right there. I can't see anything on the other side of the wall. What's going on here? But for them, for some reason, after playing copious amount of Overwatch, they gain the capabilities of seeing things on the other side of the wall. It's crazy. It's mind-blowing. I don't understand. It's like they're different species or something. No, they're just really bad cheaters. It said you don't even see that shit in fucking Counter-Strike. Good cheaters don't do that shit. That's like the bad shit.
Forgot your parachute.
Like you aren't even nitpicking at that point if people are pre-aiming and shit, especially multiple times. It's just bad. Anyone that manually reviews the footage can see that.
Blown away.
But
Much better.
no third eye Jigan, guys. Just a cheater. I'd love if there's a third eye Jigan or something, but there isn't.
Welcome to Blizzard.
Great. When do I become Harry Potter? I'm too old now. Oh no. I missed my chance for my third eye Jigan. My new kids. Shit.
My ultimate is charging.
Stay here, will you? I hate when people run off without me.
Needy. So fucking needy.
I've got a good feeling. This could be our best mission yet.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Yes.
Defend objective A.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, that just fucked me up. Touches the way. Tough. Really use a heal right now. Good. Okay. Alright, buddy. Save them all. What? There he is. I want a faster monitor, guys, so I can actually turn and look around really fast without getting confused as to where I am because everything's moving around too fast. Because it doesn't look like gobbledygook when you move it around. The RB helps. Definitely not the same as the organic. Yes. No, stop that. My fucking monitor just changed resolution. Not monitor, my wallpaper changed right when I needed it not to change. Five. Okay. I feel like I just got pulled, only it didn't actually do anything. I bumped into the Mercy.
The skies await. Increasing altitude.
Meteor strike.
There's a poo-poo tree. How'd you kill me? I pushed him away. What the fuck just happened?
I don't stay down.
Desync? Fucking understand this game sometimes, guys. Very weird. Very accurate soldier.
Shake it off. Taking off.
You missed your chance, my dude. Kind of weird how they can fucking just literally just like walk over the top of like sides of mountains just by rolling. Why can't I do that with my? Oh. Their soldier is very, very accurate. I think it's cheating.
Always more to learn.
It's like sometimes it's not like locked down properly either. It's very weird. But you can see like he's firing and it's tracing me. It's just not on top of my character model like his aimbot's miscalibrated. Bye. Oh. Good.
We can do better than this. Come on, we're shredded.
That is soldier.
Making another approach.
Three.
Up and away.
Toss it right on top of me. Yes, please. Ah, poo-poo tree. Me too.
I don't stay down.
Good, good, good.
60 seconds.
Need to kill the Mercy again. Or try to. I can't hit directs for shit, guys. I have no fucking idea why.
30 seconds.
That actually saved me. She's definitely gonna hit the next shot. Okay.
Let's take him to the wasteland.
And dead. Well, there's a lot of people trying to kill us, guys. Meanwhile, apparently not giving two shits about our other DPS that was running them over. Good. Or a tank. Just me. All me. Look, guys, that was me the entire time in there. Weird, huh? Well, they're trying to kill me. All right. So we have. That was definitely cheating. This is the Ash / Soldier. Oh, hey, look at the. Definitely seen this on more than one occasion. The Bastion. Bastion head? Oh, diamond to GM. Perfect. Do anything outside the ordinary? Not really. Hmm. Oh, just insanely accurate the entire game. And then for some reason swapped off Soldier despite doing insanely well on Soldier. Very weird, huh? That's usually what happens when they run out of banked accuracy. Kree, I'm not sure about. Take a peek real quick here.
Ready for battle.
Already can see pre-aim when he's walking around corners and shit, staring at people through walls. Very certain he's cheating. But he doesn't always look directly at people. What is he doing?
Devastation.
Doesn't look directly at you. Occasionally looks directly at you, but sometimes doesn't.
Taking the objective. Anyone in? Where there's smoke, there is fire.
Fuck is he?
Soldier 76 reporting to duty.
What's he doing?
I'll be taking the
His movement keys not work?
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
took out their air.
It's like flicking away from the target after he flicks to it.
Thanks. Put it on my tab.
This guy's movement does not exist. Very slow reaction times, too. Missed. There must be in a guide somewhere when Farrah goes up in the area you're supposed to use McCree. Like, his aim, his reaction time and his aim is so fucking slow. It looks like he's behind by like 200 MS or something. And like looks at players, like past positions. Look at this shit. Like, why the fuck are you looking at the ground when you should be looking at the platform?
Repositioning.
Regimus.
Justice reigns from above. I want a dogfight.
Better be a good excuse for this holdup.
Like, the accuracy is nothing to write home about. Aiming. The pre-aim is something else, though. Like, he was looking at me prior to me coming over the top of the ledge. Could have been jets, but he's been doing this the entire game. See this shit?
Heroes.
Like, that's well after she went behind the wall. Like, look at this fucking shit. It's like, it just registered in his mind. And then he snaps over to where she is behind the wall. He doesn't look at the doorway, he looks at where she is behind the wall. Very certain this guy's cheating. His accuracy, nothing special at all. Holy fucking shit. I mean, it could just be a bad player that doesn't know where to look, too. I don't know. But he always seems to look in exactly the right position behind walls. Very weird. Do this shit? Like, he doesn't look at, like, the actual doorway. The opening. His response times are super fucking slow. That's fucking weird as shit, guys. It might just be someone that's just really bad at the game. Actually, let's just take a peek here. Diamond. I mean, it's kind of like Diamond Aim. That's what you'd expect out of a diamond. Oh, gold. That in his prior lifetime. Huh. That's fucking weird. I mean, if his reaction time is that slow, it would actually be really questionable that he can actually hit any shots at all. If I remember right, he actually did worse than our DPS. He was like 6K in this match. Like, if we didn't see the weird-ass shit with the walls, like, I wouldn't have reported him at all. Yeah, like, this wasn't anything special at all. Very, very weird aim. Also, why the fuck can't I hit direct shots, guys? I used to be able to hit direct shots, and now I can't hit direct shots again. What the fuck's going on? I don't understand. Okay. I need to get out of here for tonight, though, guys. Tomorrow will be more of the OW2, so you guys have to look forward to, or not to look forward to, depending on your preferences. Very weird games tonight, as seems to be the current case, so I don't know what's going on here, guys. I can't nail down, like, the games earlier tonight. Like, I actually, from a statistical standpoint, was doing better accuracy-wise, but it didn't feel as good. 4211 is not very good. 4918. 12 games earlier, and they weren't this bad. 10. I also swear I had more games here. We played more than an hour's worth of games tonight. Where'd they go? Overwatch things, guys. So this is this morning. Why am I missing like our last 2 hours, 3 hours of games here? No. Pretty good. I don't know, guys. Fucking weird games tonight. But I'm out here for the evening, guys. If you're into the stream and you enjoyed the bullshit and enjoyed the fun, make sure the follow button in the top right-hand corner. You stream every day from evening to late night, GMT minus 6, so 8 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time to 1 to 2 a.m. Give or take, depends on my life, what's happening, etc., guys. I know we got kind of a late schedule. We still need to I need to get my ass into gear and start streaming earlier in the evening, but that, I guess it happens, so, yeah. I don't know. I need to get on earlier so we can stream more and play more Gamaz, and then maybe nail this down a little bit better. But I'm out here for this evening, guys. Thanks for watching my streams, as always, and I hope you guys have a wonderfully fantastic Monday night and Tuesday morning. Have a good day, guys.